Okay, this file is going to be finding some area of some different shapes that maybe are two combined shapes or a shape that's taken away from another shape. And it's not doing anything that you haven't done previously in another math class before, or possibly a science class or something different. So you get these three formulas right here given to you on your formula sheet when you take a test or the Regents or a quiz or anything like that. So you're going to get those formulas. One of the big things to remember is we're really never going to be finding the area of a parallelogram. I've never seen one asked on a test or anything, but rectangles and squares are both parallelograms, so they use that formula. So if you're finding the area of a rectangle, it's base times height. Or if you're finding the area of a square, it's base times height. We haven't really done a lot with circles yet, but that's the circle area formula right there. And you have to use the pi button in the calculator, that little statement right there. So if you look at the calculator here and you hit the second button and the pi or the caret button, that's going to give you a pi. And you want to make sure that you're using that whenever you're doing anything involving a circle and you need a pi. We'll be using that a whole bunch this unit. And then make sure that you round correctly. All right, so any kind of rounding. And then finally, before you start trying some problems here, this one here is a big one. And this is going to happen throughout the entire unit. There's going to be problems, and it's not all of them, that have units that are different. One might be in inches, one in feet, or they might all be in inches, but it asks for the area in feet. You've got to read the units first in every single problem so that way you can make sure before you start that the units are converted in the beginning. If you get done and you realize the units weren't the same, you got to start over again because you cannot convert the units at the end, especially if they're mixed. If they're mixed units, it's impossible to convert the units at the end. So make sure you check first before you start the problem. Make sure the units are all good to go before you start doing anything.